bonus video. Who dis? I just got out of the shower and I'm about to do my nighttime routine, and I was not planning on this at all. Honestly, I knew that I needed to connect with you guys because it's getting heavy out there. You know what I mean? It is heavy out there, and it's really scary and it's really unknown. I mean, COVID-19 is bigger than any of us thought it was going to be. And I just really wanted to connect with you because I feel like, above anything else, we are all going through the same thing at the same time right now. We are all struggling with a lot of the same emotions and fears and anxieties. And I am too, I am too. And I don't know. Like I said, I just wanted to turn the camera on and connect. All right, so I'm just gonna start in with my nighttime routine. This is not a planned video. I did not have any special thing I wanted to show you. These are just the products that I am using. These are all products you've seen me talk about before. So I'm gonna start in with the Moly Artemisia First Essence, which is basically empty at this point. But really, what I want this video to be about is just to be about connecting and hanging out, because I think a lot of us are inside. A lot of our plans have been canceled. A lot of us have gained a lot of free time, and I'm gonna be honest with you, things really just I've been following the whole coronavirus pre-COVID, before the new name, right? I've been following this since December. I mean, the news has been reporting about it. It just hasn't had as much of an impact here in the United States until the last couple of months, of course, but really in the last week is when things just started to explode here in the United States. And I have to tell you, last week, when it all started to go down, which was around Wednesday, I could not concentrate. I could not focus. And I just kind of felt like, what's the point? And when I say what's the point, I mean, what's the point of posting a review on Instagram? You know what I mean? What's the point of talking about my skincare in my stories on Instagram? What's the point of this video that I'm about? Should I even put this video out? I feel like maybe I shouldn't even be putting these videos out. This is a time of crisis. everybody is so scared. And so kind of on Wednesdays when things started to get real. And then it was kind of business as usual. I was super distracted, but business as usual on Thursday. And then Friday, I started to get really scared about what was happening. And I started to hear these stories about stores running out of things. And I did decide to go to Target on Friday. And that's when I really got, scared, I guess, anxious, just so swept up into it. I went to Target and I was like, I'm just gonna get some antibacterial, I'm gonna get some disinfecting wipes, and they were all gone. I am putting on the Lirikos Calming Pure Water Toner. I really like this too. This is also almost gone. Not only did that just scare me, and it just kind of I'm gonna tell you, it took me off my game. You know what I mean? I'm always thinking about my next video. I'm always thinking about my next review, my next Instagram post, my next I'm all about it. I'm all about business, but I could not concentrate. Could not concentrate. And I started to get really scared, and I was like, what's the point? What's the point of talking about skincare at a time like this? Should I not post a review? Should I not do this? Because it feels so freaking frivolous. And I was scrolling through Instagram that night, and it's just I just couldn't. I was seeing a lot of skincare content, a lot of beauty products, because that's all my Instagram is. I just follow other reviewers and bloggers and influencers who talk about the same stuff. And I just couldn't. I was just feeling so empty looking at this stuff, and I just didn't even want to consume it. You know what I mean? I just couldn't. I just didn't want to. All I wanted to do was read the news, which is maybe not the best thing when you're feeling so anxious. And then I started to realize I got a couple of comments from you guys too on Thursday's video, and then most recently on Tuesday's video. And I was just you know what? These videos are you know, you may feel right at this very moment like, okay, this doesn't feel serious enough, right? Like this doesn't feel important enough, but honestly, this is important to some people because this is like that one thing that can make us feel not only connected with other people, because a lot of us are feeling very isolated right now and feeling very alone, but it's also one of those things that like there's nothing wrong with being distracted for a little bit. There is nothing wrong with taking yourself out of the moment for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I've been finding myself, you know, skincare is kind of my job. So it's totally like something I absolutely love and I'm so passionate about. But sometimes I kind of need to step away from skincare. And I've been finding myself playing a lot of mobile games, like a lot of games on my phone. I sounded really old when I said that, mobile games. I'm playing a lot of games on my phone, which I don't usually do. And I've been watching a lot of movies. When I get a little bit of time at night, I'll watch a movie or a TV show. Again, not something that I do a ton, but I've been finding that's been my medicine in a way to just take myself out of the heaviness and just feel normal for a little bit or just kind of get lost into something else. And I realized that for a lot of people, YouTube and skincare videos and beauty content is just that, and it's not frivolous. And just because serious things are happening doesn't mean that you have to be serious all the time. Like we don't have to suffer. Okay, so next up I'm going to put on one layer of the Cosrx Propolis Synergy Toner. I like to layer my toners. This one's a little bit thicker than the Lirikos, so this kind of creates a nice little, I call it hydration sandwich. It just hugs the hydration and just kind of helps fight dehydration. That's kind of why I was really wanting to like do this extra video, because I just wanted to I wanted to address what was going on. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to share my experience, my feelings, and I wanted to let you guys know that like my content's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like the world is changing faster. Every hour it changes, it feels. Every day something is different and we're doing something differently. But like these videos are still going to go up. You know what I mean? Like I am still going to be here Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm still going to be on Instagram. I'm still going to be reviewing products. And, you know, it feels like the end of the world, but it's really not the end of the world. Okay, so right now I am putting on the Isntree Mugwort Spot Saver Ampoule. And to be honest with you, I don't find this to be that impressive of a product. It's absolutely a solid product. I just don't find it to be like super calming or just like wow, mugwort benefit. You know how excited I get about mugwort products? This is definitely one that I'm not like the least excited about, having used this now. So right now I'm putting on the Klairs Fundamental Awakening Eye Gel, and I'm going to be putting on the Nourishing Eye Butter. So yeah, things have been really like starting to ramp up in intensity, right? It's been about a week now for me as of filming this video. And I will tell you, the first couple of days, yeah, I was scared. I was one of those people who I've been super informed about what's been going on for the last couple of months. I mean, I've been following this since, I think, December, when it was really first starting to get reported. But I was definitely one of those people who was just like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I have to admit there was a little bit of that, like, oh, it can't happen here kind of feeling. And you know, at least I remember SARS, and that didn't really have a huge, massive impact on my life, or really any of my surrounding area at all. And so to me, you know, it was being compared to SARS, and it's like, okay, but SARS didn't really do anything here. And it didn't really impact my life. So like this is a story to follow, but it's not going to happen here. You know, and now it's happening here, and there are confirmed cases here, here in my city. So I just mixed up a little bit of Stratia liquid gold, one pump of that with like a drop of the Stratia Fortify facial oil. It's loaded with fatty acids, and I really like this combo. It's super rich and nourishing. I'm gonna get really greasy. So see, super shiny. I'm gonna let this like just kind of sink in just a little bit before I go in with my final moisturizer. But really, one of the things that I really wanted to say when I turn on the camera, you know what I mean? One of the reasons why I wanted to connect with you is because I know that you guys are really afraid. A lot of you guys are really afraid, and I am too. You know, I am too. The fears, the panic, the needing to go out and get supplies, and that's a good thing, by the way. Like, you should be prepared. You should have like 2 to 3 weeks of groceries in your home. You should be able to feed yourself from your pantry for 2 to 3 weeks without leaving your home. You should be stockpiled on your, not stockpiled, you should be stocked up. Different word. And that's the thing about the fear, is that's what's clearing off the shelves. That's what's making people buy all the toilet paper, of all the things that you feel you can't live without. Toilet paper. Interesting choice. That's why there's no toilet paper. That's why when I went to the store, there was no aspirin. There was no cold medicine. That was all gone. I'm like, that's not gonna help you with coronavirus. But that's the fear. That's the fear that's spreading through our society faster than corona, is the fear of this apocalypse, which it's not an apocalypse. And that's the thing. It's like, we can choose 2 different ways to feel about this, because fear is 100% the natural emotion to have. It's a natural response to have. And I think that to a certain extent, it is a smart reaction to have, because on the other side of the fear are the people who are acting like this is no big deal. And like, we do have a responsibility to stop the spread of this virus. We have a responsibility to other people in our society. Just because you're healthy, just because you don't have a compromised immune system, doesn't mean that like your actions aren't going to affect others. Your actions of just like going out and not being diligent about washing your hands, like, it does have an effect. It does have a repercussion. Being afraid is definitely something that we're all feeling, and that's okay, but we can't live at that vibration, because that is what causes so much of this horrible, selfish, nasty, just ridiculous and just uncalled for behavior that I'm starting to see. And the fear is what is bringing in a lot of the racism. You know what I mean? A lot of people are feeling that a very specific group of people are responsible for this virus, and that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Viruses know no race. They know no culture. And God, that disgusts me so much. You know, the reason that people are stockpiling and taking all the things and taking all the toilet papers, because they're afraid of an apocalypse. And the thing is, if you live at that vibration, it will be an apocalypse. Society will break down if every single person is just out for themselves. You know what? Every man for himself is not the answer to this. And that is what fear causes you to do. Fear causes you to act in a very selfish manner. It causes you to empty the shelves, regardless of the person standing next to you who may need an essential. You take from them because you're afraid. And you literally build a wall of toilet paper around your heart, right? And around yourself to protect yourself. And that is not the way for us to go. I'm not saying that you can't be afraid, or that you shouldn't be worried, or that you shouldn't be concerned. I'm worried, I'm concerned, I'm afraid. I am trying to be as prepared as possible, but I am also trying to be as positive as possible. I am also trying to live at a higher vibration and encourage others to do the same. I am trying to find the good in every situation. I'm not trying to be a Marianne. I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, sunshines and rainbow. No, this is a freaking heavy time. I am not denying that, but I'm also saying, like, we cannot live at this vibration forever. We have to rise up. We have to understand that, like, this moment right now, you can choose to be in it for yourself, every man out for himself, or you can realize that we're all in this together. You're going through the same thing that I am going through. We are dealing with the same things right now. We have the same concerns right now, and that makes me feel a connection to the world that I have not felt in a long time, because things have been heavy prior to coronavirus. Things have been really heavy, and there's been a very divided society, and I feel like a lot of that has the potential to break down. A lot of that has the potential. We have the potential to come together and unite and see each other eye to eye, because we have a shared experience. Rather than seeing what's so different about each other, we recognize that we feel the same about this. And that to me is an incredibly positive message. To me, that's an incredibly positive feeling. I want to share something with you. This is such a tiny story, but it's just something that made me realize that, like, we have the choice about how we feel about this. So before I share the story, I'm going to go in with the Illiyoon Ceramide 8 Concentrate Cream, no surprise there, as my final moisturizer. So Soria's, my mom, I went to the grocery store and was buying some groceries during all of this. And there were still food at the store. She was in line, and, you know, they're busier, and it probably had been a busy couple of days for that grocery store in the midst of all this chaos. And she put everything on the little conveyor belt and checked out and paid and walked out and came home and realized that there was a bottle of hand sanitizer in her bag that she had not bought. She had not bought it. She didn't go to that part of the store. She didn't buy it. And she realized that the person who was in line behind her was putting their items onto the conveyor belt, and somehow the cashier had managed to grab that antibacterial and put it into my mom's grocery bags, but did not ring it up. So she ended up with not only a hot commodity, right? Like hand sanitizer, which we can't get our hands on here. But she also got it for free. You know, jackpot, right? Like jackpot. Like what good fortune in a time like this to be given a free bottle of antibacterial gel. And you know what she did? She went back to the store and she went up to the little, the counter, the service counter, and she said, she started to tell the story of what happened. She's like, I was here yesterday. There was a guy behind me. His antibacterial got into my bag, and the person behind the counter was like, yep, he called about it because he bought this, and he was charged for it. He didn't get the bottle, and so he was really upset, of course. In the middle of a pandemic, you get your hands on one of the last bottles of antibacterial in Milwaukee, and you pay for it, but you don't get it. He called, and he was going to come in for a refund of the item. And so it connected. Do you know what I mean? My mom brought it in, told the customer service person, this is what happened. The customer service person connected it to the guy who had called and complained about not getting his antibacterial. So when the gentleman came in to get his refund, he got his bottle of antibacterial because there were none left in the store. There were none left in the store, but because my mom brought it back, he got his antibacterial. That is, in the grand scheme of the entire world, it makes no difference. But yet, that openness, that generosity, it was never hers to begin with, but how easy would it have been? Like I said, what good fortune to have that fall into your lap. You could easily have gone into the store and said, this ended up in my bag. I didn't pay for it, but I'd like to, right? But no, she chose to give it back and get it back into the hands where it was really meant to be in. And that is just one of those instances where we can choose positivity. We can choose to see each other eye to eye. We can choose to help each other through this and not just be in it for ourselves and be in it to protect only us or only our family. We can, without touching, reach out a hand to help somebody else. You can do this. We should be doing this. We should be looking out for each other. We should be, more so than ever, we should be together. Apart, 6 feet away, please, but together. It's heavy, man. I mean, it is a heavy time right now. We are going through a massive change. Things will not be the same. A lot of things will be the same, but a lot of things won't be the same too. And really, I just want to know that you guys are okay. You know, at the end of this entire video, I really just want to make sure that you are okay. I want to know how you're feeling, how you're processing this experience, how you're doing. And above all, I really hope that you guys are healthy and that your loved ones are healthy and safe as well. I really wish that for every single person who watches this video. I really do. So I'm sending you guys a lot of love right now. I hope that you feel that I'm sending you support. I hope that you feel that I'm sending you love, warm vibes. We're going to get through this together. I hope that you feel that connection. And I hope that you believe that we're going to get through this together. And that's the end of the video. I wasn't really sure how to end it, but that is the end of the video. So I'm sending you guys so much love right now. I'm going to go get some rest. I
I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I really can't. I love showing up for you guys here, and I'm here for you. So, all right. Good night.